show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up. No, I
Assalamu
don't
alaikum. Welcome back to a series of procurement and sourcing strategies. This is your Sir Hassan, and this is the part one and chapter number one of the course, which I've already told you the name. The course name is Procurement and Sourcing Strategy. So, before wasting time, we are going to start, and we're going to look to this screen and what the procurement sourcing is. We're going to start from the very scratch, and what is the procurement is mainly done in supply chain, what role, who are responsible, and what type of things we're going to see in this course, in this chapter. So before wasting time, let's move toward the screen. So this is the course name, Procurement and Sourcing Strategies, and this course is you are learning with the Sir Hassan, and this is my channel name, this which is Learn with Sir Hassan. You can also easily get in the YouTube, and you can easily find, if you write the Learn with Sir Hassan, you will definitely find my name on the top of the list of the YouTube. So these are the learning objective of the course. That first of all, that after this lecture, student will be able to they will understand the procurement and sourcing concepts, differentiate between procurement, purchasing, and supply chain. Third thing is explain strategic importance of procurement. So what are the strategic importance of procurement is? Identify types and structure of procurement, analyze global practices. So these are the learning objective from this chapter number one, part one. So let's start with a definition. So if I talk about supply chain, so before starting that, we should know that what supply chain is. I will going to give you, in between that we will going to discuss supply chain. So you, if you want to understand procurement, just understand right now that procurement is a part of supply chain. You can say that the initial part of supply chain. So let's understand with the definition. So what definition is going to tell us? Procurement is a process of acquiring goods, service, and work from external sources. What we are doing, what procurement is, it's a process of acquiring goods. We are acquiring, or you can say that we are getting the goods, service, and work from external sources. What are they? It include external sources include, first thing is need identification, second is supplier selection, third is negotiation, fourth is contracting, fifth is delivery and payment. These are the, you can say that 1 2 3 4 5, these are the 5 parts, but there is one thing missing in between supplier selection and need identification. There is one part which is, you can say that prerequisite, mean to say, if you identify the need, so there for that there is a prerequisite request form is going to sign, and after prerequisite there is RFQ, request for quotation, before supplier selection. So there are two things which I haven't written over here, which I haven't write over here. Why? I have to tell you people that two things are present in between: identification, need identification, and second is the supplier selection. So in between both there is a prerequisite, and number second is, first is prerequisite, second is what? You can say that RFQ, which is request for quotation. What is that? We give the quotation to the supplier that we need these things A, B, C, D, these are our requirements. What we are giving the quotation to the supplier. So after that, supplier give the rate, something like that. So if after what we are doing, we are on behalf of that, we are selecting the supplier. Okay, if we have selected the supplier, then what we are doing, we are negotiating with that supplier. And contract, if negotiating in what? In terms of payment, in terms of pricing, in terms of quantity, and many other forms. Like especially negotiation is done in the form of pricing. Okay, negotiation is made, then what we are doing, we are contracting with that supplier that we need every month or every week this quantity or you can say that after every month we're going to get this type of this number of quantity in our place. Okay, so we have make contract with that supplier. Okay, next what we are doing, we are delivering and payment. There is also in class mostly students they said that in after contacting their before delivery and payment, what the company mostly used to do, they used to check, or you can say that when check the material which is coming from that supplier, mean to say that the quotation, or you can say that the invoice which was generated, it's according to that our needs that we have ordered. You can say the quantity 15 quantity or 20 quantity, are they according to that when the supply they send that thing to us. So we are cross checking with the invoice or with the bill. So last is delivery, and then what we are doing, we are giving the payment to the supplier. Okay, so procurement in short is a process of acquiring goods, service and work from external sources. Let's talk about procurement in detail. Procurement is a structured and strategic process through which organization acquire goods, service or work from external supplier. It includes what procurement includes. It includes planning, sourcing, negotiation, purchasing, logistics, coordination and supplier performance management. So over here what we have discussed a few things, but in detail if you're going to talk about the procurement, so procurement not only like you can say that the process of acquiring goods or service, it also includes planning, sourcing, negotiation, purchasing, logistics coordination and supplier performance management. So these are also the, if you want to explain procurement in detail, so these are also the things. Over here the main thing is performance management. Performance management plays a very important role in the, you can say that the procurement. So logistics coordination is also the part of the supply chain over here. So let's talk about, if we talk about examples, so we're going to talk the both example. First of all, we're going to talk about the Pakistan, like we are living in Pakistan, and we're going to talk about the example of the Pakistan, and secondly we're going to talk about the global example. So let's see over here the example of Pakistani. Over here we have discussed the example of PIA, which is the most trending. You can say that before a few days back there was a very trending topic that PIA was sold to some very famous personality, or you can say the very big person, you can say that who buy the PIA. I'm not going to share the name, of mostly people have understand. So PIA, Pakistan International Airlines, processing aircraft spare parts through approved international vendors. So what PIA is doing, if PIA wants some spare parts of the plane, so what they are doing, they are doing through a international vendor, and if vendors who are approved internationally. Okay, you know that many organizations, they do not compromise on the, like you can say that the quality, they mainly need a standard, and you can say that a certified thing which will not going to affect their quantity, or you can say that they are not going to compromise on, no compromise on their, you can say that working procedure. So PIA, you know, it's a very big name of Pakistan. What if they want, so they procure, or they, like you can say that they're just buying the thing from approved vendor, international vendor. Second example is Pakistan Steel Mill, sourcing raw materials such as iron ore from global suppliers. Pakistan Steel Mill is nowadays there are other, you can say that like steel makers, like I'm not having the example, but just understand that what Pakistan Steel Mill, if they want to you can say that they need of the raw material. So what they are doing, they are also procuring from the international, or you can global suppliers. Number third, Unilever is, you can say that the MNC multinational company who is working globally around the whole world. So Unilever Pakistan procuring packaging material, what they packaging material locally to reduce cost. Over here we have talked about the global, like PIE procure from the global Pakistan Steel Mill, what they are doing, they are also procuring globally. Number third thing is Unilever Pakistan. Unilever Pakistan means it's working. Unilever is working in Pakistan. So if they want packaging material, so they procure locally. For what purpose? So what they're going to get? They get reduced cost locally to reduced cost. Okay. Number four is Toyota. Toyota means you are well aware about Toyota company, globally car maker manufacturing companies. Toyota globally sourcing parts, auto parts from Japan, Thailand, and Pakistan. What Toyota? If Toyota Pakistan want to, you can say that want to source or you want to procure parts, especially they are going to procure from the Japan, because Toyota is you can say that the Japanese company, so they mainly procure from the Japan, yeah, and Thailand, and especially from the Pakistan local vendors. Over here they have given in Toyota, they are giving the two example, globally and locally. If Toyota Pakistan is manufacturing car, so they can also procure different parts or different things from Pakistan local vendors. And if they want like different like machine or engine, so what they're doing, they are procuring from the Japan and Thailand. Okay, over here they have discussed about global and local Pakistan example. Number fifth is Nestle. Nestle sourcing milk from local dairy farmers under quality contracts. Nestle, what if they want to make the juices or if they want to make their milk, so what they are doing, they are locally procuring from the dairy farmers, local farmers. Okay, let's talk about what is sourcing. In previous slides we have discussed about procurement. Over here we're going to talk about what is sourcing. Sourcing focus on identifying, evaluating, and selecting suppliers. It's a different thing. Procurement is different thing. Sourcing is different thing. What sourcing mean? Focus on identifying, evaluating, and selecting supplier. Okay, we are doing three things over here. What are the key focus areas? Supplier, market, cost structure, risk assessment, long-term partnership. So these are the four key areas of sourcing. In sourcing, what we are doing, if we want to buy something, if we want to source something, so we mainly focus on supplier market, from where we're going to get that product, who are our supplier. Cost structure. So what's the cost structure? Means what are the payment terms, what are their costs, including taxes or without taxes, or other you can say that the payment which are included, hidden charges. Okay, cost structure, and how and what the payment term is. Risk assessment. In sourcing, risk assessment is also the part of how and why, because if you are sourcing any material from globally, so risk factor is very much included. If you are just sourcing from China or any other country, so it will going to source by the channel which is the sea. In sea channel there's a lot of risk, any kind of disaster, any, you can say that tsunami, or in sea there's a lot of, you can say that a risk factor arises. So to avoid risk, what mainly companies used to ensure that product, ensure that their shipment and other things, to avoid any kind of risk factor. Okay, long-term partnership in sourcing, especially vendor. If you are procuring something or if you're sourcing something from any vendor, so the both buyer and seller, they mainly used to make a long-term partnership with each other. So mainly focus on supplier market, cost structure, risk assessment, long-term partnership. Let's talk about sourcing in detail. Okay, sourcing refers to identifying, evaluating, and selecting supplier based on cost, quality, reliability, risk, and long-term values. This strategic sourcing focus on building sustainable supply relationship. Okay, let's see with the help of example. Taras Pakistan sourcing logistics partners for narrow wide delivery. Okay, what they are doing, if Taras want You can see that if Daraz Pakistan sourcing logistics partners for narrow wide delivery, mean to say that Daraz is, as a part of Amazon, or like you can say that Alibaba. I think they're the part of the Alibaba. They become the partners with the Alibaba. So mean to say that sourcing logistics partners for nationwide delivery, what they are doing, sourcing logistics partners, like they are using third party logistics, like different, like lappers, and you can say that what other logistics, I'm not getting the name right now. So what they're doing, they are making the sourcing partners from nationwide delivery. If they want to source, so they are making the partners. What they are doing, they are, you can say, making a long term with other vendors as well. Okay, second, we're going to talk about agro fertilizer sourcing machinery from Europe. So what they are doing, not only from the Pakistan, they are also sourcing from the worldwide. Number third, Apple sourcing chips from Taiwan. Apple computers or Apple Microsoft with like tablets or different Apple equipments, what they're doing, they are sourcing the chips from Taiwan. Number, IKEA is one of the biggest company of you can say that the furniture making. So what they are doing, sourcing furniture material from the Asia. Mean to say, sourcing refers to identifying from where we're going to get the material, evaluating, selecting suppliers based on cost, quality, reliability, risk, long-term strategy. If you want to understand if you want to understand sourcing, you can have to focus on these last two examples. What Apple, because Apple is a worldwide company, what they are doing, they are sourcing their product from the Taiwan. Okay, what they identify, that we're going to get our product from the Taiwan, evaluating, this is our right choice. We have selected the Taiwan company, and what Taiwan is going to give, they are cost efficient, quality is best, and reliability. Taiwan thinks they mainly have a good quality, they are reliable. And risk, you can say that if the risk means, like, risk can be turned in terms of, you can say that the cost, like if you have low cost, so it's a low chance that you can going to like you can say that low chance of getting risk factor. Mean to say, if your thing is going to be damaged, so it's not a big deal, so it's a low risk factor. And Taiwan, you can say that Apple make a long term, because Apple want to make 100,000 units, so you can say that they know that they can easily get their chips, or you can say that the material from Taiwan. So what they make the long term contract with each other. Okay, now let's talk about procurement versus purchasing. What is the difference between procurement and purchases? Let's see over here. Purchasing. In purchasing, what we are doing, we are just transactionally, mean to say we buy and we give the money, that's it. It's a short term. I mean to say, if you need any kind of necessary, so you only purchase that thing, and on behalf of that you give the payment to the vendor or supplier. Price focused. In over here, we are, you can say that in purchasing, we mainly, you can say that focus on price. Mean how we can easily, we just finding the lowest price in, you can say that in purchasing. Now let's talk about what the procurement is. Strategic, like what type of strategies we have already discussed, things back, long term and value focused. Not on the price, we are not focusing on the price, we are mainly focusing on the value, or the quality, or the thing is valuable, or the long lasting. Okay, so this is a short, you can say that idea from we can get from procurement and purchasing. Let's talk in detail with the help of example. Purchasing is a transactional activity focused on placing orders, whereas procurement is a strategic and includes planning, sourcing, negotiation, and supplier management. Strategic means we are planning, we are identifying, we are doing all those steps which we have discussed in the definition of procurement. So in purchasing, what we are only doing, we are transactioning. It's a transactional activity, means we only place order, on behalf of that we give the money. It's not a long term, it's a short term. And you can say that the price, you can say that it's mainly focused on the lowest price. But on the other hand, if we talk about the procurement contain, we have already discussed in detail that planning, identification and negotiation and all type of things include in the procurement. Let's understand with the help of example. Purchasing orders, stationery. Procurement negotiate annual supplier contract. In purchasing, what we just only ordering. If like you can say that, understand with the help of example of a school or university, which university want to need stationery. So you can say that if they want to purchase, so they can only select a different any kind of supplier or vendor or person who just sell the thing. What they give the order and the stationery comes at their demand or their required place. On the other hand, if you talk about procurement, in procurement, what we are doing, we are negotiating, we are we are, you can say that, RFQs, we are identifying, we are negotiating, and we are making the contract in term of annual, or you can say that annual or monthly basis. What we are making the contract with that supplier, and on behalf of that, what we are getting delivery and payment. Okay, purchasing is reactive, procurement is proactive. Reactive means like on action we are doing. Proactive means before we are making identifying and lot of things we are doing. It's you can say that procurement is little time taking process. On the other hand, purchasing is neat and we buy that. Purchasing focus on price, procurement focus on values. Purchasing short term, procurement is long term. Procurement supports business strategy. Okay, this is the differentiation between the purchasing and procurement. Let's talk about a chart regarding to the procurement and purchasing. If you talk about the nature, strategic, operational, scope, broad, we are talking about the procurement, end-to-end process. On the other hand, purchasing, narrow, order, placement, time horizon, long term. On the other hand, purchasing, it's a short term. Focus, value, risk, quality, sustainability. On the other hand, price and availability. Supplier relationship, long term partnership, transactional. Over here, transactional based. Discussion level, top and middle management, operational staff. Over here, purchasing is mainly done with the admin or operational staff. Risk management, high involvement. Limited involvement mean you are ordering on the very limited short quantity or urgent basis. Technology uses. Over here in procurement we have e-procurement and analytics, SRS, the supplier relationship management system, SRM. Over here basic ordering system is mainly done in purchasing. So this is you can say that chart regarding procurement and purchasing. Let's talk about evolution of procurement. What are the eras? Number first is clerical buying. To say in 1960 involve administrative tasks. Admin mainly used to do this type of tasks. Commercial purchasing means like in little bulk amount of things commercially. Strategic sourcing, now you can say that some strategies are getting built starting in 1990s. Number 4 is integrated supply chain management. We will discuss integrated. What it means. Integrated means other things are linked with each other. Digital procurement, present right now. What we are doing digital procurement in terms of different softwares, Oracle and SAP HANA and different type of software we are using over here. So this is you can say that the evolution of procurement. Now let's talk about role of procurement in supply chain. I have made a diagram of supply chain. In supply chain, what we are doing, we get raw material, we have suppliers, from factory to distribution, retail, customer. So this is, you can say that, a chain, supply chain. So let's see the role of procurement in supply chain. Link suppliers to production. What procurement is doing? What it's making a link suppliers to production, making link suppliers to the production. Second, ensures uninterrupted raw material. Procurement, in procurement, what we are doing, we are mainly focuses on uninterrupted raw material, because if the production is started, so there is no chance of any kind of interruption between the production side, or if the production is mainly you can say that is mainly done on any kind of making of material. So there is no chance of uninterrupted material flow. Cost, control cost and quality over here. Support competitive advantage. We're going to discuss the competitive advantage. You can say that number 5th is improves organizational profitability. So these are the, you can say that, the role of procurement in supply chain management. Let's discuss this in a detailed form. So procurement plays a central and strategic role in supply chain management. It acts as a link between supplier and internal operation, ensuring that the right material and service are available at the right time, in the right quantity, quality and cost. Without effective procurement, the entire supply chain can face disruption, delay and increased costs. So what the procurement supply chain is mainly doing, procurement plays central strategic role in supply chain management. How it's play? It acts as a link between suppliers and internal operations, ensuring that it ensures that the right material and services are available at the right time, in the right quantity, quality and cost. Without effective procurement, if you are not doing effective procurement, without effective procurement, the entire supply chain can face disruption, can face, you can say that, issues, or you can say that it's going to face a big huge problem, delay and increased cost. Okay, how are we going to discuss this thing in detail in for our next slide, or in the next chapter, that how, if the procurement is not done in proper manner, so what type of thing, what type of situation a company can face. It can face the, in terms of cost, increased cost, delay, and what type, because of that, what type of faces company can face, especially in terms of sales, revenue and profit. Okay, these are the things. So let's see what supply chain is, what procurement is doing in supply chain. We have already discussed link between suppliers and the organization, ensuring availability of inputs, cost optimization and value creation, supplier selection and relationship management, risk management in the supply chain, support logistics and inventory management, quality assurance across supply chain, enabling sustainability and ethical practice, supporting digital and integrated supply chain. So these are the, you can say that, the role of the procurement in supply chain. We are going to discuss each and everything in detail. So this is our first chapter. We are just getting the overview of procurement in different parts. Over here we are talking of procurement, role of procurement in supply chain. So let's talk about what are the objective of procurement. First of all, cost reduction. Second, quality assurance. Third, reliable supply. Number 4 is risk minimization. 5th is sustainability. 6th is compliance and transparency. So these are the objective of supply chain. So let's move toward types of procurement. This is a very important part, an interesting part. So how many types of procurement we have? We have direct procurement, we have indirect procurement, we have service procurement, we have capital procurement, we have emergency procurement. So these are the 5 parts of procurement. So let's discuss this thing in detail. Let's talk about number one, direct procurement. What the direct procurement is? Direct procurement refer to the purchases of raw material components and goods that are directly used in the production and final production of the final products. These items have direct impact on output, quality and revenue. So if you want to understand direct procurement, what the direct procurement is, refer to the purchases of raw material, components and goods that are directly used in production. Simple definition is that. So key characteristics: link directly to production. Second is high impact on cost and quality, manage strategically. Number 4, requires reliable suppliers. Let's talk about the example. We are going to talk about the both example. First thing is example of Pakistan. A textile mill in Faisalabad procuring cotton yarn for fabric production. What they are doing? They are procuring cotton yarn for production. Okay, textile mill. If they want to make a you can say that any clothes, so for cloth, cotton yarn is that thing that is directly used in the production. Second example is agro fertilizers, procuring raw chemical for fertilizers manufacturers. Raw chemicals for fertilizers. So chemical are directly used in the production. Okay. Let's talk about the global example. Toyota procuring engines and auto parts for vehicle assembly. Okay. Nestle procuring milk from dairy farmers for food production. Steel manufacturers procuring iron ores for steel productions. Okay. Let's talk about the indirect procurement. Or if you have understand the direct procurement, so you can easily understand the indirect procurement. Indirect procurement involves purchasing goods and material that support daily operation. The word I have highlighted over here, indirect material or indirect procurement, they are supporting daily operations but are not directly part of the final product. If you talk about the direct product, they are the part of the final product, but if you talk about the indirect, they are what they are doing, they are supporting the daily operations. Okay, let's see the characteristics. Support business operations, low strategic impact low strategic impact than direct procurement. Often repetitive purchasing, because we are purchasing, we need in the daily operations, so low strategic impact and often repetitive, we need today, next day, day after today. So what we are repeatedly purchasing that thing. Of manage through catalogs or contracts. So these are the key characteristics. If you can say that if you want to understand the indirect, so you only have to understand that this is the most important thing. Let's see the example. A university procuring stationery and office furniture. They need, you can say that stationery, or you can say that what an office furniture is for the support daily operations. Okay. Bank procuring computers, printers and office suppliers. What they are supporting daily operations. Let's talk about the global example. Google office procuring office furniture and pantry items. Like you can say that what the Google is like for daily. Google is a global example. Simple furniture and pantry items like daily uses items. A manufacturing firm procuring safety equipment for workers. Simple any manufacturing firm, what they need, safety equipment for the workers. For safety equipment, they are used on the daily operations. What they're doing, they are support the daily operations. Safety equipments. Airline procuring uniforms for staff. Staff have to work on daily basis, so for the staff they need the uniform which support the operations, daily operations. Okay, let's talk about the service procurement. What the service procurement is? Service procurement refers to acquire intangible service rather than physical goods. These services support business operation and strategic goals. Service procurement means that service, if you want to understand, service means what you are giving. You are giving any kind of you're helping someone, but you're not giving any kind of product which is, you can say that you can touch that product. What you are giving, you are giving a service in terms of like you're giving a software, or you're giving the education consultancy. So all these things include or come in the category of intangible. Mean to say, you are not physically touch, you are not that touching that product. It's that the product is not in the hard form, it's in the tangible form, means in form of service, like you are giving service in consultancy or education consultancy. Let's see, no physical products, focus on service, quality and performance. In service, what main thing are done? Quality and performance. Contract basis, performance monitoring is critical. Let's see with the help of example. Hospital hiring, cleaning and security service. Cleaning and security service, like security service, what they are doing, they are just giving you like they have given you the like guards or cleaners, which are, you can just cleaning. They are not giving you something in form of like product form. They are cleaning or guard. What they do, they are just making you safe. Safe is not the physical thing. Cleaning, it seems you can say that your environment is clean. It's not a tangible thing. Let's talk about a global example. Apple hired logistics and transportation service providers. Consulting firms provide advisory service to corporations. Telecom companies outsourcing customer support service. Okay, so these are the service which are not tangible. Let's talk about number 4 types, which is capital procurement. Capital procurement involves purchase of high value long-term assets that are used for many years and contribute to organization capacity. Asset capital means, you can talk about the, like, what are they? High value. Like if you want to understand capital procurement, so just understand like the thing which are buying by any company, so the price is very much high, and if the price is very much high, so there must be a long-term asset. In capital, what they are doing, they are making an asset, they are procuring any kind of assets. Let's see the characteristics. High investment values. Over here, what? High money or payment are involved. Long-term usage, require approvals and planning. Low purchase frequency, mean to say in capital, low purchase frequency means if anyone is buying, then the number of people are lower as compared to the other factor, direct, indirect. Mean to say in assets, few people are involved to buy that capital. Let's understand with the help of example. Pakistan Railway procuring locomotive, mean to say engines. That only in Pakistan Railway have the ability to buy, procuring that thing. Mean to selected people. A cement factory purchasing heavy machinery, mean to say cement factory for making a cement, there if a machinery is required, the cost of that machinery is very much high. So capital, what they are doing, they are buying or they are procuring, they are getting the capital, and capital means they are investing a huge amount of money. Let's talk about a global example. Airline purchases aircraft. Not everyone can buy the aircraft. Power plants procuring turbines. Electricity making company, what they are buying the turbines. The price of the turbines is very much high. Hospitals procuring MRI and CT scan machine. I don't know what the price of CT and MRI machine, but according to this, the price is very much high. Only few hospitals can afford MRI and CT scan machine. Not every small hospital have this kind of facility. Why? Because the prices, or you can say that the high value is involved. Now let's talk about the emergency procurement. You can easily understand with the word emergency means emergency procurement refers to purchase made during urgent or unexpected situation where normal procurement procedures cannot be followed. Okay. Characteristic. What are the characteristics? Time sensitive, simplified procedures, focus on speed rather than cost. Like emergency means what they are focusing on the speed instead of cost. Okay, often used in public sector. Let's talk with the help of example of Pakistan. Procurement of medicines during dengue or COVID-19 breakout. There is an emergency, so procurement of medicines mainly done by the pharmacies and hospitals. What they're doing, but they're procuring on the urgent basis. Purchasing relief goods during flood or earthquakes. It's an emergency call from the country or something like that. So what they're doing, they want that thing on an urgent basis, on a quick basis. So if we talk about a global example, emergency procurement of medicines equipment during pandemic, disaster relief procurement by government after natural disasters, emergency fuel procurement during supply disruption. So emergency procurement, not only they do not follow any kind of rules regulation, they need on the urgent basis. So there's a type of procurement. Okay, we haven't discussed the 5 type. Number 1 is direct, indirect, service. Number 4 is, you can see over here, number 4 is capital procurement. Number 5 is emergency procurement. Let's talk about our next topic, which is the procurement structure. This is a very important topic, also a very important topic. So procurement structure refer to the way procurement activities are organized and controlled within an organization. The structure adopted depends on organizational size, strategy, cost consideration, and operational need. The 3 main procurement structures are centralized. Procurement structure is divided into 3 parts. Simple understand this. Centralized, decentralized, hybrid procurement. Centralized procurement, decentralized procurement, hybrid procurement. Let's see what are they. Centralized procurement. Centralized procurement is a system in which all procurement decisions and activities are handled by a single central department, usually at the head office. If I give you the example of this, I'll give you the afterward. Mean to say, one central procurement authority is present, standardized policies and procedures follows, bulk purchasing, strong control and compliance over here. What are the advantages? Let's see the advantage of that. Cost saving through economies of scale, better supply negotiation power, uniform quality standards, reduced duplication of purchases. Let's talk about the disadvantage of that. Slower response to local needs, less flexibility for departments. If you want to understand the central procurement, you have to go to the imtiaz in Pakistan. Mean what imtiaz they are doing? They have their one central warehouse. From what happened over there, all the vendors, all the suppliers give their product, send their supplies to the central warehouse, and that central warehouse distribute to their different outlets. So what Imtiaz is doing, they have one central warehouse where all other different suppliers send their products, and over there a lot of huge amount of bulk quantity present over there. From there they divide to the different branches of the Imtiaz. Mean to say, not branches are receiving. Mean to say, what warehouse is that place where what they are doing, they are receiving from other suppliers. Let's talk about decentralized procurement. It's a vice versa of centralized. Decentralized procurement allows individual department, branches or units to make their own procurement decision independently. They are not dependent on the central warehouse. They are depending on they are procuring independently. They are not depending on the central, like the central is going to give the thing, they are going to send this A material, B material to us. So mean to say, they are independent. Individually they can buy. Okay, branches can buy, units can buy individually. Okay, Key features: authority at departmental or branch level. There, authority is present. Faster decision making. They're not depending on that. High flexibility, local supplier you can utilize over here. In central, only a valuable or you can say that registered supplier can supply the things. Okay, what are the? Let's see the advantage of decentralized procurement. Quick responses to the operational needs, better understanding of local requirements, increased accountability at unit level. What are the disadvantage? Higher cost due to smaller order quantities, lack of standardization, weak supply negotiation power. So these are the few advantages and disadvantages of the decentralized procurement. Let's talk number third, which is hybrid procurement model. I mean, it's a part of central and decentral. The hybrid procurement model is the combination of centralized and decentralized procurement, where strategic and high level items are centrally procured while routine or low valued items are procured locally. High value items are centrally procured. You can just focus on the words. High valued items are centrally procured while routine or low value items are procured locally. Let's see about the key features: balance, control, and flexibility. Strategic items centralized, operational items decentralized. Operational strategic means like the high valued, and operational items mean daily basis items are decentralized. Most commonly used modern model. What are the advantage of it? Cost of efficiency and flexibility, better risk management, improved responsiveness, optimal use of resources. And let's see about the disadvantage of it. Requires strong coordination, needs clear policies and control, risk of role confusion, is poorly designed. So this is you can say that these are the three structure of procurement. So let's talk about the examples of procurement. Local market, this is a new topic. I'm going to talk about examples. I have discussed the 5 examples. I've taken the example of the local market, second Pakistani market, third US market, fourth is European market, fifth is global market. Let's see the first example, local market. Local grocery stores in Karachi sourcing vegetables from nearby farms. If we talk about the local, so if we are giving the example of the grocery, so what they are doing, they buy the vegetables from the nearby farms. Like they do not need to go out of the city. They can locally buy. If I talk about the Pakistan market, Angro Corporation source raw materials locally and internationally to optimize cost and quality. Number third, going to talk about the US market. Walmart uses strategic sourcing and supply negotiation to achieve everyday low pricing over here. Let's talk about the European market. I've given the example of the BMW. What BMW? BMW Group applies sustainable procurement standards across European suppliers. Now let's talk about the global market. Apple source components globally while maintaining strict supplier compliance standards. So these are an example which I've given you, 5 examples regarding the procurement. If you want to learn, if you want to know more about it, so I have given you the 2 research paper. Number 1 is Monkaza at 2015 research paper. You can go on the Google Scholar. If you want to read what things regarding the purchasing and supply management, you can read, and you're going to learn a lot of things about it. And second research paper is of Van Willy, 2008 paper, published in 2018. Procurement transformation and strategic sourcing. You can read both, and if you want to discuss, you can also discuss this thing. If you can also give the comment, And if you want to know more about it, you can just text me, or you can give me the email, or you just write the comment behind it. So this is all from the chapter, first chapter, first series of the course Procurement and Sourcing Strategies. And I hope we have learned a lot of things, a lot of basic things, and we have also discussed in depth of many definition. We have you can say that learn about what the procurement is, what the difference between procurement and purchasing, and we have also discussed about the role of procurement supply chain, and we have discussed about the structure, we have discussed the types. So this is all we have discussed in our first chapter, and inshallah we're going to start I will going to post a next lecture video very soon. So stay connected with me, and inshallah see you in the next video. Then Allah Hafiz. Take care, bye bye, and don't forget to subscribe and give your comment and support me, so that I will be motivated with your comment, with your positive comment, with your likes, and with your subscription. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Till then, Allah Hafiz. Take care. Bye bye.